Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review, episode 51. This is a review of the 51st episode of the Naruto Next Generations series, Boruto's Birthday. Is this episode still about Boruto's birthday? No, not necessarily. That's dealt with in a flashback where apparently it's the day before this episode. Apparently it's happened, possibly between episodes. Excuse me, where Boruto has his birthday at his house, where Mitsuke's there. Not surprising because he likes to follow Boruto around. And Sadara's there along with Sakura. Wow. Like, seeing Sakura, it had been a while since I've seen her in the series. I haven't seen her since the Sadara arc, which at this point had been 29 episodes since she last appeared. So it's been a long while. Hinata, I haven't seen her since not since the end of the Hidden Mist arc, which is back in episode 33. So, with this episode, it makes 18 episodes since she and Himari last. Actually, Himari did appear in episode 33, but Himari didn't appear for quite some time. I think Hinata's last no appearance, was in episode 35 or 36, just before the graduation stuff. That was the last time she showed up in the series, but it's surprising to see her. Of course, also, Naruto and Sasuke pop up in the series. And Naruto's actually seen outside of his office first time in quite a while. I think the last time we saw him just a few episodes back at the end was during the last two episodes of the Byakugan arc, which the Byakugan is referenced in this episode. Now they do reference Kaguya Oshi, the kind of final villain of the original Naruto manga and anime, Naruto Shippuden anime, as kind of being the person who's indirectly responsible for a lot of the major events of the series. Well, through manipulation of her third child, Black Zetsu. Now, I will talk about the Zetsu in a minute because this is probably the most shocking cliffhanger I have ever seen in the series so far. This is probably more shocking to see as a cliffhanger than seeing Sasuke show up. And now they do reference that apparently they found a third one of her clan ruins, and here's something really interesting though. Apparently everything related to the Alga clan is declared classified. Okay, I would think that the Sage Six Paths himself is not classified, or his works. I think stuff related to his mother is probably classified, but he himself, nope, not classified, not that I could think of, no. And he's off to go visit it, and because the fact that, well, he kind of forgot about his birthday, because he forgot about Baruto's birthday, but Boruto himself didn't have a really big problem with it, but he did made Naruto swear that he would not forget Himari's birthday, because her birthday is coming up, and that kind of was that's one of the two major lead-ins into the tuning exams arc, which they also have another thing that they also have as sort of a tie-in to that, where there is a specific item that Kachu, I think his name is, the Hidden Leaf Scientist guy who pops up in the Boruto film. He also is currently appearing in the manga. He's working at a specific device that Boruto used in the Boruto film, the one that nearly cost him his ninja career. Yeah. And he's also given a scientific tool ball. As for what this thing is, no idea. And of course, when we first see Boruto in the episode, he's seen Sadara, and Mitsuke are coming back from a mission where they were doing bodyguard duty. Okay, bodyguard duty. That's interesting. That's something his father was actually very good at when he was doing missions. Yeah, that was probably the most exciting thing that he ever did, because if you look at any of the anime episodes, both from Naruto Shippuden, whenever he was on a bodyguard mission, he always had a blast doing it, because a lot of the time, basically, that a lot of people really wanted to kill people that he used bodyguard. Like, stretches always back to the Zabuza arc back during the original Naruto series. So this is probably the first time I can think of he's actually on a bodyguard mission, though he was protecting a pet. Wow. I'm kind of glad we didn't see that because that would have been very stupid to do in the series. As for what his mission was, I think it was a couple episodes back where the whole thing, him going on a mission, a couple missions he was on when he met up with Susumi's team. Yeah, never revealed exactly what the heck mission he was on. But the new mission, which kind of ties into the beginning, where this strange creature, which I'll review what this thing is in a minute, where it apparently kills this gang of robbers who apparently stole from the Thunder Train. Okay? I think this is the train that Dekai's company makes. Yeah, I believe so. So they're stealing, hide it in a mine, which is apparently a maze, and I will talk about that thing in a minute, where apparently 3 of the 4 members, because it's a 4-man gang, which I'm kind of like, I kind of agree with Boruto on this one. Wouldn't it be more prudent to have a 10-man gang robbing at the Thunder Train instead of like a 4-person gang? Yeah, this seems like a very lackluster type of job for a 4-man team to do. I mean, more simple for a 4-man team to rob a bank than robbing a train. I would think that it would be a bigger team than just 4 people. But I agree with Boruto. Yeah, it should have been bigger team. And they mentioned something about a white monster, and I will talk about what it is very soon. They go to the mine. They do find the 3 people who were killed by the white monster, and they come across a Pacific Circle, which is seen also previously on the episode with the Kageyoshi ruins, of the circle with these 9 circles in it, possibly Tani Kageyoshi. And then they find the white monster which killed these creatures. What is this white monster? The White Zetsu. When I saw this, I'm like, sweet Jesus. I never expected this thing to show up in the series at all. At all things from Naruto, I did not expect the White Zetsu to pop up. Now, probably for anybody from Hidden Elite, this is probably the first time in 15 years they've seen this thing. Now, as far as anime is concerned about the real war, all the White Zetsu were destroyed during the 4th Great Ninja War. As a matter of fact, during the first day of the war, at least about 50,000 of the 100,000 White Zetsus were destroyed. Now, I do have a theory about these mines, and I do remember these mines kind of well from a filler episode from Naruto Shippuden. This was a standalone episode where I think it was Team 8, which was consisted at that point of Kiba, Hanada, and Shino. Their sensei was not at the battle. She was off in Hidden Elite being a mother. Yeah. So they're basically trapped. Now, I recognize the boxes. I think some of the slices could have come from, well, I think this White Zetsu is probably left over from that filler episode because, well, they never technically confirmed that White Zetsu was destroyed. They did confirm that, well, it wasn't like fully destroyed. It looks like the way this White Zetsu looks like, it looks like it's a combination of 3 of them. Which, yeah, I did not expect this at all. I mean, of all things, I was now the seven swordsmen. That was a surprise because, well, hit and missed. So you kind of gotta have a new generation version of the 7 swordsmen. But the White Zetsu, that was unexpected. But that was a very shocking cliffhanger. Something even I know what the heck this thing is. Because I watched the entirety of Naruto Shippuden, and I watched Naruto Shippuden, and I read the manga. So this is a surprise. And it looks like next week's episode looks like it's going to be something dealing with Sasuke. Even though it looks like from the teaser I saw, it looks like Sasuke is not going to show up in the episode. It's probably some leftover thing he probably did while he's wandering about. Excuse me. Also, this is probably the first episode in quite a while where none of the other characters pop up in the series. I would say this is probably the first time in, I'd say 2 or 3 episodes. It's probably the first time since the Team 7 arc, Team 7 first mission arc, that it just focuses on Team 7. And this is something quite interesting though, where none of the other supporting cast appear in this episode. I mean, aside from Team 7, you just have Naruto, Shikamaru, Hinata, Hiwambi, Himari, I think that's Himari, and Sakura. That's really it. This is actually quite small of a cast for an episode, so it's it's about the same size it was last episode, where it was basically about 7 people. This is a little bit more than last week's episode, but last week's episode was a clip show. This episode, though, something I did notice was really weird at the start of the episode. The animation looked really bad at the start of the episode because, well, even though they're in a mine, it's a light thing, but it's kind of like they kind of went with different animation at the start of the episode, and then when they get to stuff with Boruto, they get to the regular animation they've been using since episode 1. I am not really sure what in the world they were doing. It's not as bad as that episode during the well, the arc with Pain attacked the Hidden Leaf Village, where that last episode would look so bizarre and so laughably bad. This was kind of bad. I'm like, what the heck was the animators thinking when it comes to opening this episode? At least it wasn't like it was 2 episodes back where it was a 30-second tease and then goes straight into the opening credits. Yeah, and I think they did make one slight change. They did have kind of like all the characters from the back briefly in the opening titles, but aside from that, there's no real change. Actually, that was during the end credits. But I'm definitely looking forward to next week. So it looks like we might get to explore more of the Naruto mythos maybe next episode. But yeah, seeing stuff with the White Zetsu, that was a surprise. Because, well, I think they did they did reference the White Zetsu, but I did not expect an actual one to show up at all. Though this looks like a combination of 3 of them. Yeah. So, awesome episode. So, it has that feeling of an episode from Naruto. Like, probably during the 4th grade Ninja War a bit. But it does its own thing. And also, one thing, I gotta point this out though. This is probably the first time ever in this entire series that you actually get a chance to see Naruto going through a doorway. Yeah, because a lot of the time you don't see him go through any doorway at all throughout the entire series. Kind of like how Maka Merlin never goes through a doorway in the series of Arrow. Yeah, with the exception of one episode, he's never seen go through a doorway at all. Though this one is basically going through a pair of glass automatic doors. But hey, at least it's going through some doorway in the series because, I mean, yeah, he's opened up a door, but he doesn't go through it like he does in. He did that in one episode during the Ghost arc, but yeah. Also, you get a chance to see him actually put on his cloak because a lot of the time when you see him, he's usually wearing his cloak, with the exception of he's at his house. Yeah, with the exception of a couple of times, almost a lot of time when you see Naruto, he usually is wearing his, well, 7th Hokage cloak. This is the first time I can think of you actually see him put it on. Though in one episode he actually put it on backwards because he was in a hurry because Himari was home with a cold. Yeah. But great episode. This episode had great writing to it, and if you're basically a fan of the Naruto series, I do recommend this episode because this one actually does feel like it's building up the Naruto universe and its mythology a bit by following up on stuff that happened during the original series. Also, they mentioned something. This was something I thought was really weird. They said apparently Naruto accounting something similar to this 10 years back. So apparently 5 years after the 4th Grade Ninja War happened, he apparently counted this in White Zetsu or something like that. Which I'm like, the film The Last took place 2 years after the 4th Grade Ninja War. So did they counter something else from the clan 3 years after that film? I have no idea. Maybe he'll explain that maybe in the next episode, but who knows. Hopefully they don't leave that plot thread hanging because it seems a little weird that say, oh yeah, it's been 10 years since this happened. But as for what in the world he's talking about, I have no idea, to be honest, because it could, as far as I know, I don't think it could tie into any of the light novels I can think of. No, because none of them dealt with the Kagayoshi clan. None that I can think of. Yeah, I've read a few of them. None of them tie into that at all. The only ones I have read are Kakashi, Shikamaru, Sakura, Sasuke, and Gaara. And none of them had anything to do with Kaguya. Nothing. But it'd be interesting to find out exactly what that is. Maybe they'll explore in that future episode, but who knows? I still kind of wish we kind of got a little more information what the heck happened during the blank period, aside from the 6 light novels, which are stories that could take place a period of like a week or two at most. But there's so much story potential could have happened during that fourth grade, like could have happened like after the fourth Great War, because like between that final episode of season 20 and the film The Last, aside from the Kakashi story, which takes place like 1 year after the fourth Ninja War. Of course, that's one little thing that Kakashi did during the time skip. But there's plenty of opportunity to tell stories that could take place. Like you could do what Bleach is doing right now with the most recent light novel, which picks up right where the final arc left off, not the epilogue thing. That's something else altogether. Where it picks up right where the last official arc of the series, not something that sets up Next Generation, where they beat the final villain of the series, and then pretty much that particular picks up like right where that book takes place right afterwards. I kind of wish we had something like that for Naruto. I'm glad Bleach has that, but I kind of wish we had that for Naruto, because I'm sure some Naruto fans are probably a little curious exactly what happened during the aftermath of the war, because there's probably a lot of interesting story potential exactly what happened, because when you read about it in fiction, when you hear about the aftermath of war, I mean, what is usually affected by it, stuff like that. Yeah, and I'm still quite bewildered. Yeah, I'm sure I'm agree with a lot of people, like during the fourth convention, during the Ghost arc. I remember this very well, where they mentioned that the Hidden Leaf was attacked during the fourth convention, which I'm like, no, it wasn't. I don't know why in the world they came up with that retcon, because the only time the Hidden Leaf was shown was a couple times. One was in a filler episode, the other was an episode two-parter where Sasuke went with his team minus Karin and Orochimaru to ride the Force for Hokage. Yeah, but that's another argument for another time. Of course, there's plenty of story potential to see this go down the road, and this one definitely does feel like a follow-up plot thread, probably from Naruto Shippuden. That's my personal guess. Anyways, I'm really hoping we get some flashbacks Naruto Shippuden, because it seems like whenever they show flashbacks for Naruto when he's younger, they only do it for the original series. I don't know why they don't do it for Shippuden. Yeah, it's so bizarre though. But aside from that, that's really it. Stay tuned next week for episode 52, which is going to be Sasuke's Shadow. Now, as what I'm going to review the 3 most recent chapters for Tokuguri. At this rate, I'll probably review it maybe Friday or Saturday at the latest. And that's probably on Sunday is probably when I'm going to, of course, it's Easter. That's probably also when I'm going to finish up watching the Fullmetal Alchemist series, which as of right now, I've got 21 episodes left. Okay? But just an announcement on that. But I'm not going to put in the description, just watch the video. Alright? But until I see my next video, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow, it's going to be a Comic Corner. And it's going to be 2 Batman trades. One I've wanted to review for some time. The other one's going to be a surprise, because this is something I really want to talk about, because I was very happy with this series. I was a little disappointed with the villain, but I will get my thoughts on it when I get a chance to review, okay? But until I see you in the next video, bye.